Hi everybody. I know I've made a video for quite some time. Just fell out of blogging for a while, but anyway, lately I've been reading up on global warming, and so I thought it'd be an important topic to address for a blog. Now, I was going to try to find a globe for this video, but fortunately I couldn't find one. Pretty sure it's around the house somewhere, but I don't know where it is. So I found this picture instead. The Earth. So anyway, I was reading up on the CNN site about melting ice in Greenland, and said that it's melting faster and that 53 cubic miles drained away into the sea in 2005 alone, compared to 23 cubic miles in 1996. And there was a scientist, his name Larry Schweiger, I don't pronounce it, president of the National Wildlife Federation, was a quote saying that with all the sea ice disappearing, the polar bears were starting to turn up drowned, and that scientists predict there will be no polar ice by the year 2060, and that the reason they state for it is as the polar surface disappears, it changes the relationship of the Earth and the Sun. The polar ice is so reflective that 90% of the sunlight that shines on it simply bounces back into space, taking its energy along with it. And the ocean water does just the opposite by absorbing 90% of the light and heat it receives, which means each mile of ice that melts will vanish faster than the mile that preceded it. And there was another article I read that said that global warming in the Arctic is mysteriously occurring more quickly 2 kilometers above the surface than at ground level. And that experts had presumed that this was an effect of solar heating, in which melting snow reveals darker underlying land and water that better absorbs heat. In fact, that escalates as snow and ice continue to shrink. They found that during the summer, the rate at which the upper atmosphere was warming up was 2 times faster each decade. And that finding means that solar heating can't be the only cause, because that should produce the greatest warming close to the surface. The effect also occurred in winter when there was little sunlight to warm the surface. And that scientists say they don't know how much of the change is the result of human emissions of plant warming gases such as carbon dioxide, but it's like that it plays a role, which probably isn't too surprising, considering all the carbon, like fossil fuels stuff, and like the burning of fossil fuels that people use for their cars and stuff. Like, you know, so much is put into the atmosphere and kind of raise the planet's temperature and sea ice, the climate. And also that human-made greenhouse gases contribute to hotter days and nights, more killer heat waves, heavier rainfall, happen more often, major droughts in regions, stronger, more frequent cyclones, and increased incidence of extremely high sea levels. There's one interesting factor that 11 of the last 12 years ranked among the 12 warmest years on record. I guess I'll do the last 12 years, I think I read that wrong. 12 warmest years on record, with oceans absorbing more than 80% of the heat added to the climate system, along with melting glaciers and the rising levels of the seas. It's in here. Let's see. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change predicts global temperature will increase 1.8 to 4 degrees Celsius by the year 2100, and that sea levels will rise between 18 and 58 centimeters by the end of the century. And also states that an additional 10 to 20 centimeters rise is possible if the melting of the polar ice sheets continue. That's between 1960 and 2005. The average rate at which carbon dioxide concentrations increased was 1.4 parts per million per year. When the figures are analyzed more closely, said that it's apparent there's been a recent rise in this rate of increase to 1.9 parts per million per year between 1995 and 2005. And they state that the reason for this is that the planet gets warmer, that the natural ability of the land and the oceans to absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere begins to get weaker. It's estimated that about half of all the human-made emissions of carbon dioxide have been taken out of the air and absorbed by natural carbon sinks on the land and in the sea. And many computer models of the climate predict that as Earth continues to get warmer, these things will become less able to absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Which means that more carbon dioxide will be left in the air to exacerbate the greenhouse effect, leading to further temperature rises and more global warming, which in turn will make the natural carbon sinks of the Earth even less efficient. And this is just one of several things that quickly accelerate the rate of global warming over the coming century. One of the several that quickly accelerate global warming over the coming century, which is one is a warmer world that's causing more evaporation from the oceans and a rise in water vapor in the lower atmosphere. And another is sea ice and snow cover is shrinking at the poles and on mountains, leading to further increase in local temperatures. And in February 2005, NASA officially admitted in the public statement that Earth absorbs more energy from the sun than is able to reflect to space at night. It said at least 0.5 W/M2. I'm not sure what that measurement is, but anyway, much more. And pollution increases daily, and solar activity is on the increase until the year 2012. Concerning stuff. Anyways, before I stop this recording, I'll tell you about this video that I saw. This guy, Dr. Gwyneth Esser, that's his name. He's working on like new developments to have an effect on global warming. Unfortunately, the video doesn't say a whole lot, but basically, it's like about using energy that is cheap, and instead of creating devices that work from the outside in, trying to create devices that work from the inside out. I don't know, it didn't really explain a whole lot, so I was trying to search for it on Google and stuff, but unfortunately I really couldn't find much. There's this hydrogen vehicle I was reading about on Wikipedia, but hydrogen cars and hydrogen burn engines are fundamentally the same method as traditional gasoline cars, like using the fuel cell conversion. So hydrogen is reacted with oxygen, produces water and electricity, the latter of which is used to power the electric traction motor. That's information on global warming. If anyone else has any other concerns about global warming or Earth, feel free to video response stuff. Create an open discussion about the climate and stuff. I don't know about anyone else, but after climate situations, that I don't ever really want to ever own a car vehicle, because Earth looks like being like such chaos if we keep polluting as we are today. So yeah, those are just my thoughts. But anyway, I've been talking long enough now. How long am I talking? Yeah, almost 10 minutes here. So have a great day, and